upon a time, there was a very busy business lady who'd heard about this concept of visualisation. She was told to pin pictures and quotes to a board of the stuff that she wanted in her life. She'd actually never heard anything quite so naff before. However, a failed marriage, becoming a single mum overnight, a very expensive divorce, no money to pay for it or to save a home, or to pay for her son's school fees, the loss of what she then believed were some really, really close and strong friendships, and a whole host of other truly awful moments that led to wallowing in self-pity, she realised something had to change. When had she become this desperate and pitiful sight of a woman? Well, no more. With this newfound determination, and armed with a bottle of rosé wine and a box of chocolates, yes, it was a very Bridget Jones moment, she thought she'd give this vision board crap a go. She told absolutely nobody about it. It was like a dirty hidden secret. The following day she felt more than a bit foolish, but she'd made the board, so she decided to stick to it. And a year later, when the vision board fairies were delivering her hopes and dreams, she decided to put this into practice in her business, and the results have been astounding. So you've probably realised the story that I'm telling you is actually about me. It is hard to believe that I actually bought into this wishy-washy theory, but at such a low point in my life, I was prepared to give just about anything a go. So the moral of the story is, if I can make it work, anyone can make it work. So the idea is that by creating a sacred space that displays what you actually want, brings it to life. What we focus on does expand. So when you create a vision board and place it in a space where you see it often, you essentially end up doing very short visualisation exercises throughout the day without even realising you're doing them. So visualisation is one of the most powerful mind exercises that you can do. According to the book The Secret, have you read that, anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. She says the law of attraction is forming your entire life experience, and it is doing that through your thoughts. When you're visualising, you are emitting a powerful frequency out to the universe. It all sounds a bit wishy-washy, doesn't it? Anyway, bear with me. Because whether or not you believe it, we actually know that visualisation works. Olympic athletes have actually been using it for decades now, and that's just to improve their performance. So Psychology Today have actually reported now that brain patterns that have been activated when a weightlifter lifts heavy weights are actually similarly activated when they just imagine, so visualise that they are lifting those weights. Yeah. So what's the big secret to creating a vision board that works? Honestly, it's really simple. Your vision board should focus on you. It's on how you want to feel. It's not just on the things that you want about you. So don't get me wrong, it's great to include material stuff too. However, the more that you can focus on your board on how you feel, the more it will come to life. So what is a vision board? In the most literal sense, it is a collection of images and notes attached to a board and placed somewhere that you can see it every day. On a deeper level though, it's a visual representation of the things that you want to do, the things you want to achieve, you want to become, or you want to have in your life. And it really serves to be a daily reminder to you of all those collection of things. It's something that you look at every single day to remind you of your deepest desires. It's really powerful, and that is purely because it's based on kind of your attention, and it's been proven that wherever you place your attention, that's where your energies go, and that is very, very powerful. So ultimately the vision board is you. It's your dreams, your best self, the person you want to become, and that actually you're just waiting to become. So if I've still got your attention, you've bought this so far, this is where we get into the reasons where you actually make a vision board and what it will do for you. So there are loads of different reasons. Maybe you're in transition, maybe you're in between jobs, in troubled relationships, anything, it really doesn't matter. It could be that you're feeling stagnant. Maybe you're incredibly happy, but you know deep down there's just something else, there's just something a bit more out there for you. Any reason is a good enough reason to make a vision board. It really, really doesn't matter. So to begin with, I'd ask you to consider 3 questions. You don't have to answer them, but just consider them. So the first one is, if money, people's opinions and their judgments, and your fears were not factors, what would you do, be and have? The second one is, what beliefs or things would you have to let go and get rid of them to be able to create that in your life?
Sorry, what was that one?
What beliefs or things would you let go of? Do you need to let go to create that in your life. And the last question, the third one, is what would you have to believe in order to be, do and have these things? So like I said, they're big questions. You don't have to answer them right now, but if you can answer them at some point yourself, it will make the creation of your vision board much easier. So what is it and why do you need one? There isn't going to be a question, I can promise you, that you will come up with about why you should have one, why you need one, what it's going to do for you that I, cynical old me over here, didn't come up with when I first made my vision board. So for me, it's really about, it's the process of sitting down to make a vision board that actually will force you to do several things. Because as you work through the process, you realise that the more that you focus on more than just the nuts and bolts of physically finding pictures and images and sticking them on a board, you'll find that your focus gets much clearer. It starts to align with your truest, deepest self and its actual true desires. And you'll start to envisage the life that you really do want truly. So it's all crucial as you begin to attract the life that you want to. Whether that's in regards to health, business, spirituality, relationships, or something else altogether. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it's up there. So how do we make one? So hopefully you're still with me and you start to feel a little bit excited about the power of a vision board. But let me just take you through the process of how to actually make one. And it is the blue Peter bit of the sticking and cutting, but it's also a lot deeper than that. So this is the opportunity for you to really open up about your truest desires. It's your chance to sit with yourself, which we're really not good at, but actually to discover what you really want most. Maybe it is that bikini body. Somebody in my office does want a bikini body. Or maybe it's a new home, a holiday, a dream destination you wanted to go to. It doesn't matter. Whatever you come up with, you'll find it is there for you if you open up and believe. So there are 3 types of vision boards out there. The first one is the I know exactly what I want. Lots of people do know exactly what they want. You should do this vision board if you're very clear about your desires, if you want to change your environment or the surroundings that you're in, or if there is something specific that you want to manifest in your life, so like a new home or a new job or growing your business, something like that. If that's the type of vision board that's right for you, when you're sitting down to make it, you need to do it with a very clear desire in mind, and then you start looking for pictures, exact images or words or visions, whatever it may be, that will portray that vision to you, that will make it stand out to you. So if you want a house, for example, trawling through latest property magazines, online, whatever it may be, and look for that, the house, that's the one I want to live in. That's the type of thing you're looking for. If it's about your business, then find ideas that capture and images that will capture that essence of what your business is about for you. You've then got the opening and allowing vision board. And that board is if you're not really sure what you want, or maybe you've been through a period of depression or grief, you sort of got a vision of what you want, but you're not really sure about it for whatever reason, or you know you want to change, but you don't even know how it's possible. So this type of board is where you just go through a magazine, catalogue, anything, and just look for images that really make you happy. Don't even ask why, just tear them out, just have loads and loads of fun with, just keep going through it, it doesn't matter what they are. So for example, if there's a picture of a teddy that makes you smile, just pull it out. It could be, that cottage somewhere and by, in mist and by river, it doesn't matter. If that's what makes you happy, just pull it out. And then you stop and you look at the pictures again, you ask yourself, what does this mean? What is this picture trying to tell me? Is it trying to tell you, for example, if it's the house that looks like it's a million miles away with nothing there, is it trying to tell you need some rest? Take a holiday? Don't know. But the reality is that most likely you will know the answer. If you don't know the answer but you still love the image, put it on the board anyway, because the answer will come to you. So the opening and allowing vision board can be a very powerful guide for you. It's very different to the first board, because sometimes our egos think we know what we want, but lots of times those desires aren't necessarily in alignment with who we really are. So this goes a little bit deeper, this type of board, than just what you want. So it can speak to you and it can teach you a bit about yourself and your passion as well. And another type of board, so the final board, is a theme board. And that's the one to do if you want to just focus on your birthday, or perhaps a big party or celebration, or if you're working on one particular area of your life, so you could just do a career board maybe. The only difference between this board and the others is this has got very, very clear parameters and a very clear intent. So before you start the board, you have to take a minute, take some time just to hold the intent and the theme in your mind. And then when you choose your pictures, they'll be in alignment with the theme. If you want to, some people I know do in a journal, that can work. But in terms of vision boards themselves, just a few things, just key points to remember is you can use, if you want to, use a combination of all the boards. You can have a board for work, you could have a board, my first board was hidden on the back of my wardrobe door. You might start out thinking, I'm doing this type of board, and it might change to another type. That's fine, just go with it. It doesn't matter how you make it. Once the creativity is there and you're happy with it, just roll with it, just let it flow. So your vision board can change as you're making it. The one thing that I found, and you might find as you're doing it, is you have little moments of like epiphanies. Ooh, and things kind of come to you. Just go with it, let it happen. So what should you put on your board? Anything really that inspires and motivates you. The purpose of your board is to bring everything on it to life. So think about what your goals are, and I try and think about things like relationships, career and finances, home, travel, your own personal growth, and that can be spirituality, your social life, education, wherever it may be, health. You don't have to cover all the areas, but just kind of start taking a mental inventory almost of what you want them to look like, and just start writing them down. And now I always say write them down, because there is something about physically handwriting. It's not the same as typing and seeing it's very clinical, isn't it? Your own handwriting. When you start writing things that it's written, I don't know if it's because it's internal, it's passion, I don't know. Just something, but I would handwrite it. There is, I don't know, anyway. So from your goals and aspirations then, you'll start to think about what you want on your vision board. And remember, what you focus on does expand. So you will be amazed at how things just start popping up all over the place once you've set your intention for what you want and how you want to feel. It's totally up to you whether you have one main vision board or lots of small ones for different areas of your life. What makes the most sense in your life at the moment would be the question I'd ask. I like to have one central vision board. It works better for me, and I look at it every single day now in the office. This is our current new one for this year. Each area of our lives will affect each other, so for me, starting with one central board just makes sense. But again, you might want lots. Theme boards that can centre on specific events. So if it's like you've got a wedding planned or a birthday or something, they can help you in terms of your focus specifically for that. But then you might want a separate one, perhaps at your office by your desk space, just to focus on work. Again, up to you. One question I've been asked a few times is, how often should I redo my vision board? And the honest answer is, it's up to you. There isn't a start-end process to it. It is whenever it feels right. For me, I'm constantly adding, rearranging all the way through the year whenever I feel like it, when things happen. But again, it's stuff you just know. For me, every December in the office, we have a complete clear out and we start again. That's what we now do, is we've got a whole new vision board. Some things will stay on the board. There's pictures on there that have been there for what feels like forever. Some have served their purpose, get taken off, and some just don't make the cut. You take them off and don't put them back on. So, to actually make your board itself, you can use any kind of board. I like a pin board, but it could be a poster, it could be something far prettier, especially you. I'm sure you'll make something far prettier than that. But just go with it. Scissors, tape, pins, ribbon, quotes, images, doesn't matter. But I've seen people use markers, stickers, all sorts of pretty things. Anything that you can cut images and quotes out of, start with a big pile of magazines. But it needs to be the stuff, it's something you want to look at every day. So whether it's photos, quotes, sayings, images, places of where you want to go, it could be reminders of events, a postcard from a friend or something. Anything that's just going to inspire you. The big thing is to give yourself time. Give yourself some time. Give yourself a stress-free hour or two to put your board together. If you're a social kind of butterfly, invite your mates round if they're not going to think you're completely barking mad. You can make a party out of it. We have a vision board session now every year in work at the end of December. Bags of fun. We have a whale of a time with it, and it does help focus us on the next year. So all you need to do is go through your magazines, start tearing images out, looking for things that are going to inspire you. Don't stick yet though. Just go with it. Have fun. Pull the stuff out. See what's inspiring you. See where you're going with it. Then go through your images once you've finished your tearing and your cutting and your pulling, and start to lay your favourites on the board. Don't stick yet, just lay them out. Then you'll start to take away images that don't feel right anymore. That's fine too, doesn't matter. If they don't have a place, just take them back off. And that's where you've got to follow your own intuition. So as you lay the pictures on the board, you'll get a sense, for some reason, of how it should be laid out, what's most comfortable. Then you stick everything on the board. That is it. The only other thing for me is, and it is, I think is really powerful, is, and I would recommend it, is that you leave a space at the centre of the vision board for a picture of you. Not this picture, one where you look radiant and happy and, you know, a positive picture, and stick it right in the middle of the board. Make sure you hang it somewhere that you'll see it often. And if I'm honest, there is one major rule to creating a vision board, and that is there aren't any rules. There are no rules at all. You're not going to mess it up. You can create your own vision board on your own terms, in your own way. And I'm hoping that's been a little bit inspiring, that might get you to create your own. That's how